Two of the most powerful forces in the ancient world, Athens and Sparta, locked in a brutal struggle for dominance. This is the story of the Peloponnesian War, a conflict that would shake the foundations of Greece to its core. It all began in 431 BCE. Athens, the intellectual and naval powerhouse, stood in stark contrast to Sparta, a society built around military discipline and strength. Both were at the peak of their power, but they couldn't coexist. Athens, with its bustling city, thriving democracy, and fleet of warships, controlled the seas. Its navy was unmatched, and its influence spread across the Mediterranean. Sparta, on the other hand, was a land-based powerhouse, a society of warriors with every citizen trained for battle from childhood. Their discipline and strength on the battlefield were legendary. These two powers, so different in their ways of life, couldn't avoid conflict forever. Tensions over alliances, resources, and pride exploded into war. What followed was nearly 30 years of brutal fighting. The Peloponnesian War was not just a clash of armies. It was a war of strategy, disease, and desperation. Athens, with its naval supremacy, conducted raids and skirmishes, while Sparta, with its disciplined army, brought relentless assaults on land. But the war took a toll on both sides. In 430 BCE, Athens was struck by a devastating plague, wiping out a third of its population, including its great leader Pericles. The city's power began to falter. Meanwhile, Sparta, weakened but never broken, found a powerful ally in Persia, which provided them with funding and naval support. With this, the Spartans turned the tide. In the end, after nearly 3 decades of war, Athens surrendered. Sparta emerged victorious, but the cost was enormous for both sides. The Peloponnesian War left Greece fractured. Athens was no longer the dominant power, and Sparta, despite its victory, could not restore the balance of the Greek world. In the end, it showed how even the greatest civilizations can be torn apart by internal conflict and the lust for power. And that's the story of the Peloponnesian War, a war that defined an era and left a lasting legacy on the ancient world. If you enjoyed this dive into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more. What historical event do you want to see next? Let me know in the comments below.